you've actually inspired me for a final question for everyone, and I think you've answered it there, Raf. But to Dan, to Charles, to Simak, we are getting close to Christmas. Over and above what Raf has said, what is on your Christmas list for things that are needed to really unlock the potential of VRP? So perhaps Dan, if I come to you first.
Yeah, I think I said it in my monologue. Let's mandate coverage. Let's find a way of incentivizing coverage, or however we have to do that, because we need to make that quickly to benefit consumers. Let's think about the economic model. You talked about interchange. The reason we'll look at the US, where the interchange doesn't exist and the excess costs around that. The reason why it's there is because of the market, the duopoly. Again, this is an asymmetric market. What's that commercial model with 5 big players and a very small number of TPPs? We did some research that said we could potentially save up to £1.5 billion by capping it at 10 basis points for the issuer fee. I'll let you look at that in your own time. There are other options on the table. We're not ready to just this one, and the OFA have put a number of them forward around how we can make this economic, but we need an economic model, and it will involve some intervention. That's my Christmas list.
Fantastic, thank you. Simak, how about you?
I agree. I think I broadly agree with what Dan said, but I think if I could add 2 more, conversion, right? Experience. How are we making this a really neat experience for payers as they kind of go through the process, right? And I don't mean in an isolated way. I mean, how do payers have increasing confidence that the experience that they get when they make a payment is going to be consistent, or at least broadly consistent across banks, across apps, across the different ways that they kind of experience the process, because that's the only way you can build confidence, and ultimately payers are going to decide at the end of the day, right? But to kind of Dan's point there, like the only way that you get that is if there are incentives to improve that, if there are incentives to do that. So yeah, fully agree that one follows the other. I think the second one on my Christmas list is probably, I'd love to see a hero use case, right? Something that's just something that everybody does. I think, again, like, let's get this in front of as many people as possible so that they can use it, experience it, and find something that everybody does that we could all go, yeah, you know what, let's push it there to begin with. Let's get payers used to it, and then move from there. That'd be a happy Christmas for me.
Fantastic, thank you. And Charles, the final word, what's on your Christmas list?
Yeah, it's the broad participation of the banks. You know, that makes it interesting for PSPs and merchants to adopt and to implement it. So very much in line with our previous speakers. And I think it's really realizing that this VRP is just a starting point to the monetization of an API economy that the banks, and I think it's a really exciting revenue opportunity, both for the banks as well as for, you know, third parties such as ourselves. So I think we're going towards a really exciting year, and let's really hope that the industry can collaborate to make this happen.
Fantastic, thank you. And I guess as I've got the mic, I'm going to take advantage as well. And actually, for me, I think it's everything that you guys have said. For me, I would love to see it start to genuinely scale in the UK now that these partnerships have started to form. And the reason for that, I mean, I spend so much of my time helping other banks around the world implement open banking and helping other regulators think through how to get this right. And taking some of the learnings around actually how do you create a framework so that this can be delivered in a commercially sustainable way that delivers all of the benefits we've talked about, I think it will be really powerful. The UK's got an opportunity to if move quickly, create a blueprint here. So that's my Christmas list, that all of the things that you guys talked about happens and we actually start to scale this. But I'd like to thank you all.